I had a cooking competition at my house with some of my bigs, and we had a Secret Santa event, and we shared a lot of meals together, and we just had a lot of fun together as a group, both just as bigs and then also when we were in the middle schools. We would tend to bond over things that were going right in our mentoring pairs and also over the things that weren't going quite so right. And we made each other better all the time by brainstorming solutions together. So as someone who is always identified as more of like a natural leader, and I often prefer to be the one to be in charge, I was really humbled by this experience. Second year, I realized very quickly that I wasn't as good of a listener as I thought that I was, because I like to talk a lot. And so I learned from this program how to simply ask, "Tell me more," instead of jumping into advice. And every year I learned how to be an even better listener. And this might sound a little bit silly, but I also learned that I'm not always the one with the best idea. I learned so much from my fellow bigs and so much even from the littles as they shared their own perspectives and thoughts on how to approach things. I also really learned how to lighten up and not take things so seriously or so personally, which was really crucial when mentoring this age group. And every year I would say I learned it on a deeper level. I know for those that have done YWLP as well, we've all been there in one way or another where maybe your little isn't showing up or they're not responding to your text messages, or maybe they're not opening up during sister time. And you kind of think to yourself, do they not like me? Did I do something to offend my little? Or maybe if you did participate on Zoom this year, your little didn't turn on their camera, or maybe they didn't speak up in big group. And you had to keep learning that lesson to not take it personally and not let it change your energy, and just to keep showing up, staying consistent, and being there for your little and for your group, because they do notice and it does matter to them. For my first year with YWP, I was a big, and I had some of the best moments with my little. She was so excited to be paired with me. I remember when we first got matched, and every week she would meet me with some great excitement. But of course, as the year went on, sometimes there were difficult moments where I'd wonder where I went wrong and why she didn't seem to like me as much anymore. But then at the end of the year, I'll never forget, she wrote me a letter for graduation, and she said that I was her angel and she didn't know what she would have done without me. So it was really then that you kind of get to realize that even when things don't go how you expect them to or how you want them to, because really that almost never happens, that doesn't mean that you're not making a meaningful impact on somebody. And that complex journey that I went on with my little better equipped me to be a good facilitator to my group in third and fourth year when we faced unique challenges. This program really taught me how to be a creative problem solver and to think on my toes. It taught me how to really listen to understand, and to be there for others. And it taught me that friendships appear in unexpected places, and a relationship that you have with someone during a school year can impact them for years to come. So for me, picking up my YWL chords was extremely emotional. Even though I didn't cry, I was like, oh my goodness, especially when I picked the pink one up from Sarah. We were just reminiscing and everything. And I was like, "Ooh, it's been a great 3 years." And for me, no matter what else changed or what was thrown at me, YWLP was a constant. And when my fourth year looked nothing like I expected it to, YWLP was there with the open line of communication for support, and the snack boxes sent to our homes, and the take-home picnics to brighten things up. I was dedicated to this program, and it really gave so much back to me. It gave me a sense of purpose and belonging. It gave me a sense of comfort, knowing that if I didn't know something, I could call on Sarah or Melissa or Geronda for help. And in my case, emphasis on Sarah, or ask my fellow bigs, or even just use the skills that I had learned to find the solution inside of myself. And with all of the wisdom and help I was surrounded with, somehow things really always worked out, even during this global pandemic. I had signed up for YWLP expecting a meaningful but pretty straightforward mentoring experience. And instead, I got a life-changing experience that made me an emotionally stronger, wiser, and more patient leader. I got way more than I bargained for, and for that, I am forever grateful, and I thank you all. Thank you.